All right. We're live, Moto Monday, 1:30. Got a couple guests in here. We got a bike. We got all sorts of cool stuff in here. We got Braden Spangle in the house all the way down from Spokane, Washington. And Justin Haberlock, you're Vancouver, right?
Yep.
All right, Vancouver.
Washougal now.
Washougal. Oh, close enough. All right, Washougal. Yeah, local boy. So what's up, guys?
Chilling.
Chilling.
Yeah.
I like the long-winded answers I'm going to get today. Yeah, we got some fun stuff to talk about, including, I'm just going to jump into this. Justin, how old are you?
21.
You're 21. Mm-hmm. What are you doing starting a gear company?
I don't know. No, I had a pretty much how Legacy started. I had a shoe company that sponsored me.
Okay.
And they built me custom jerseys back in like 2016. Mm-hmm. And we thought we were going to be able to do the pants and all that. But then the pants ended up being a little bit too much to manufacture here in the States in the really small factory, as you could say. Mm-hmm. He was doing them outside of his shop. But that really got I was really intrigued with it. So then I was like, well, I always knew from then that I wanted to be able to try to make actual motocross gear. My original thought was to try to get it produced in the USA, have a USA brand made in-house here. That never went through because the cost of manufacturing here in the USA was a little bit too much.
That goes for a lot of stuff, but yeah, I get it.
So I ended up figuring out a way to manufacture it out of China, which that's what I do now. And I saved up some money when I was 18 years old. I saved up about like $15,000. I went to work and started a company from scratch.
So you're 21 years old and you now own a motocross gear company.
Yep.
So did you always want to do your own thing, like kind of start your own business, or was it just the gear thing that kind of made you interested?
A little bit of both. I always wanted to run my own work. It pretty much started from trying to do my own gear company. But now that I've started my own gear company, I've wanted to venture into other things in even construction. I really want to run my own work doing that now. So.
Yeah, which I get. I've actually never had a job. Mm-hmm. So like I get it. I wish honestly we had like more people doing that, especially like young and like out of high school. I feel like honestly, no offense to everyone 25 and under, but there's a kind of a lost age group there, not trying to figure out what they're doing. I started my business in high school and young, and yeah, it's not easy, but it's kind of fun, right? I mean, yeah, it's kind of cool to do your own thing. Yeah, sometimes you fail, you figure it out, but I don't know. I think a lot of kids could do really good just going at it. So I give you props, man. Like for getting it going, and for only being 21, you can say you have a motocross gear company.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Does this guy wear it?
Yeah, he wears it.
I sport it big time.
Spangle, you guys are matching t-shirts over here too.
Yeah, we are.
We're twinning.
Twinning today. Yeah, and Spangle came all the way down from Spokane. And I apologize once again to everyone in Spokane. I know I'm a little harsh on this, but I hate that drive.
I do too. I do it way too often.
Yeah, because a lot of the races for you are down here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I got a question. So you come down, we're in Vancouver area, for people who don't know, right next to Washougal. So I'm assuming you come down here for some of the big races, pro races, some like Top Gun and stuff. Do you ever go the opposite direction, like head into Montana?
Rarely. There's not very many big payouts.
And it's a little different.
Yeah.
Over there.
The tracks are a lot different.
I've heard a few stories. I've heard a few stories, and I've seen some video, and like they do things different than most places. What about Idaho? Is there anything in Idaho?
Mainly fairground races.
Do they run year-round with those, or is it mostly a winter thing?
No, so nothing in like coverage. It's all summertime. So they'll go to the fairgrounds.
Oh, okay, so like open fair. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't have any like closed fairgrounds.
Gotcha, so it's open. What are some I should know more about this, but like, what are some good ones that they put on? I don't know much about motocross in Idaho,
So
other than the one, the border town, Lewiston, and
Lewiston.
what was the track? There was a track up on a hill I raced at years ago. That was like, it was really
Is that
flowy.
Clarkia?
Was it Clark? Man, it's been easily 10, 12 years since I've been there.
Middle of nowhere.
It was middle of nowhere, but it was definitely like on the top of a hill. It was a very long, flowy track.
It could have been. They call it Fossil Bowl.
Actually, I don't think it was Fossil Bowl.
No, I don't know.
Anyways, I don't know much about Idaho motocross, but it's like, they're gonna be like, do they throw on some big ones? Doesn't, I thought they at least put on one good, like, pro purse, like, fair race.
It was Eric Christensen.
Yes.
He put on Lewiston, and now he's building his own motorsports park. But the only ones that I know that I hit is Coeur d'Alene, Sandpoint, and they do another race on the other side of Sandpoint. And then there's usually one in Montana, but other than that.
Yeah, I was curious because I don't know as much. I hate driving with a passion, so I don't travel very far to race. I honestly get so much crap from people because I never really go to the Seattle area. Because it's 3 hours.
Yeah.
And to me, I hate driving. After 10 minutes, I start getting irritated, and there's all these big events. And I mean, Seattle's a big area for events, especially during the winter. You have Monroe Arena Cross. They go nonstop up there, but I just hate driving. So I don't know as much as some people about some of the other races. And I was curious, you're on the very little edge of Washington. You could go either way, because it's probably just as far for you to drive down here to like the Washougal area as it is to hit a Montana event.
Yeah.
Like Missoula's,
Close.
how far is Missoula? A couple hours? 2 hours?
There's nothing though. I got Airway.
They got horses in Montana though.
Yeah, I could go barebacking.
Bareback.
So now, how old are you?
22.
22. Man, make me feel old here. So when did you connect with Justin here on the whole legacy deal?
About 2018, right before Loretta's.
And Justin, when did you first like start releasing gear to the public?
Public, 2018, but it was in the works in 2017 is when I started the company, but I didn't have the funds to actually release it. I was just sampling different fabrics and testing. 2017 is when I started the company.
So you guys got in together pretty early.
Yeah.
Yeah. We raced with each other though. So we knew each other. We actually started off not getting along. We didn't get along at first. Then we actually became friends. Yeah, and then I started helping him.
Okay, yeah, I forgot. You guys actually race against each other.
Yeah.
Pro class.
One pro class
Wait,
race.
no.
Back to
Was this-
junior.
Oh, we're talking junior classes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a
No,
while ago.
yeah, that's back in 2016.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay. Throwing it back a little bit.
Yep.
So you guys didn't get along at first?
No.
There was a middleman that
Yeah,
caused that.
Yeah. No,
Oh.
it wasn't nothing too bad. It's not like we didn't really get along. We weren't fighting, but we just didn't really see eye to eye. We didn't talk to each other, and we never really.
There's no good like takeout story or anything?
No,
I
I wish.
back then he could not keep up with me.
Ooh. Oh, okay.
He's got me there. But, I mean, I was also just started
Yeah.
riding in 2015. So.
You started in 2015, right?
So I had a PW50 when I was 4, and then I raced the 50 class when I was 5. My dad pulled me out of it, and then I got myself back into it in 2015.
Really?
And I raced the beginner class, got 12th, my first moto. My dad was like, nope, no. And then I went up to the C class on a 04 YZ 450F.
Really?
Yeah.
And so, wow, you're fairly like new to this, and you moved just right on, like chink chink chink, right on up the ranks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Actually, yeah, you went pro pretty quick.
Yeah, I did like 3 races in B, and I was like, I'm not gonna go anywhere, so I'm gonna go to A, race the little fairground races, make a couple $100, and call it good. And then
The B class is a little scary.
Yeah.
As someone who races the B class right now, it is a little scary.
Yeah. They're fast.
They're fast, but they're still definitely out of control.
Yeah. Some of them.
I've I've had some pretty nasty incidents from people who like it's like they can put in a heater lap with any pro, but they can't put in 5.
Yeah.
Or really usually 3. They're a little out of control the rest, you know?
Yeah.
That can make for an interesting combo.
Yeah.
Wow, that is really quick. Now, Justin, your family's been in moto a while.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember. You were on the Thursday night motocross team back in the day. I see. No.
Nope.
I'm trying to remember. See, I've had a lot of concussions.
Mm-hmm.
Bear with me. But you did ride out there though.
I didn't start racing either until 2013. But I did race there from 2013 on.
Cause I'm trying to picture because I go off. I'm a graphics guy. I
Yeah.
go off the graphics. I remember seeing your graphics, but it could have been Washougal. To
Those
be fair, but
when I had the bent lever graphics through you, that was 2015. The bent lever team graphics.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
It may. Okay. I'm getting teams mixed up. I'm sorry to Bent Lever and Thursday Night Motocross for mixing it up, but yeah. So yeah, the Yamahas, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
The all black Yamahas is what we were running back then.
All black with a bit of fade going on. Okay.
Yep.
Coming back. Okay.
Yep.
So you started racing in 2013,
Yep.
and what class did you start off in?
85 beginner.
85 beginner.
Yep.
Same here. Same
Yeah.
here. I didn't do the little mini bikes at all.
Yeah. See, I did, but my dad never let me race because my cousin Sean raced, and he got hurt a lot. My cousin Sean was very fast.
A lot of people forgot how fast Sean was.
Yeah.
He was fast.
Yeah. And my dad never, ever let me do it. And I was a BMX kid. I rode BMX my whole life, and he was into that. And then finally, I think I bugged him enough to let me finally race. He let me ride pretty much whenever I want. We'd go to China Hat, go ride trails or whatever. Never motocross track, ever. Actually, take that back. 2012 is actually when I started racing. I only rode for a few months, and then I broke my femur. And then it took a whole nother year to talk him back into letting me ride, and he would only let me ride Riverdale.
So basically, they didn't want you to go race because they're afraid of you getting hurt and
Yes.
you go break your femur.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. You're
And then-
really doing a good job at
Yeah.
this point convincing them.
And then it took some time. Our friend Zach Redding, the Redding family actually is the ones that pretty much talked to my dad. I always wanted to go racing.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I broke my leg, I really wanted to go racing. And my dad just really didn't want me to get hurt anymore because he knew it would happen. But the Redding family, Tom, Zach's dad, got finally talked my dad into letting me ride a track again. Because at first my dad really he didn't want me on a motocross track. He wanted, like trails, that's okay. But motocross track, my dad was never really into, because he knew what I was like.
So he's trying to stop you from getting hurt.
Yeah.
So now, 2020, today, how's it feel? How's it feel about the whole thing?
My dad's never went to the line with me ever.
Really?
Yeah, and he loves racing, but you can find him in the farthest away from people.
Really?
Wherever that people can't see him, and you'll see him dancing, literally dancing when I'm riding, because he moves with me. Every time I jump, he moves his body, and he's sitting there shaking. And I'm the same way though too. I'm worried for other people more than
He
I
gets
am.
super nervous watching you ride.
Yeah, he can't deal with it that well.
Really? So he was not really a fan of you going out and starting racing.
No.
Okay.
But he does love it.
Interesting.
He loves motorcycles, and he loves me racing, but he doesn't like watching me race.
Well, he's
because it
probably
scares him.
seen
Yeah,
what could happen.
he's seen it all, and he grew up being the uncle, not the dad, of Sean. So just like my Uncle Mark, my dad's twin, that's Sean's dad, he's all for it. You know, he can come out and interact with me in my racing because it's not his child. My dad is still, it roles in reverse nowadays. My dad used to be able to go out there, he was probably still nervous, but not the same as your own kid.
Yeah, oh, no, totally. Yeah, that makes sense. Wow, okay. So, you were saying you had a big Braden, like, you had a big gap from like the PW50 day to you racing.
Yeah.
Did you have a similar kind of thing where family was like, hey, you shouldn't be racing, or what was the reason for that? Just how it worked out, or?
My dad got hurt pretty bad, and then he kind of just pulled the plug on both of us when I was on 50s.
Okay.
And then we just never really got into it. I mean, I had a bike here and there, but I never really rode. And then one of our buddies back home, actually, he came up to our property, and he was like, yeah, we're going racing at a scramble tomorrow. I was like, Dad, let me race. And he let me race it, and I was on like I then raced an 09 YZ450F, and then that's when I was hooked. I was like, dude, I gotta work, get a bike, I'm racing.
So were they supportive in you deciding want to race more, or do your family be like, yeah?
If you can afford it, go do it.
Okay, that's solid.
Yeah.
So they weren't kind of freaking out on you or anything. They're just like,
not
hey,
at all.
if you can take care of it. So you had to kind of fund your own way and kind of.
Yeah, my dad, don't get me wrong, he's always helped me out, but he makes me work for it.
He's not one of those people though that like. I see every possible form of parenting at the track, but like, you know, the ones that like, okay, I got you 3 new bikes, you're training every day. You know, that, like,
I
he's
wish.
like, you got.
I would do anything for that.
But he's like, you got to kind of figure some of this out.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Now, here you guys are today, making me feel old. Like, I got over a decade on you guys. And both racing the pro class. And Justin over here is about to become a dad.
I am.
Yeah, look at you. You're working. You have a motocross gear company. And yeah, how much longer do you have until you're officially, I know rough idea here, but when you're officially a dad?
January, so it's only a couple months.
You're gonna get through Christmas.
Yep. Hopefully.
Okay. Yeah.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. I'm sorry. I'm not trying
I mean,
to jinx
I guess
anything.
not. Yeah. Hopefully. Hopefully we get through Christmas. That would be nice. And I wouldn't want it within a couple weeks of Christmas, but just because of the birthday and the Christmas deal, that sucks. My brother was born on the day after Christmas, so I know all about
2
that.
days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's rough.
Do you know the gender yet?
Yeah, it's a girl.
You gonna want to see her on a PW50 in a few years?
I really don't.
No?
No.
No?
I
Why is
don't.
that?
I don't.
Is
You
it
do.
okay? Not to be sexist, is
I
it
know.
because it's a girl, or is it because
Ma-
you don't want to send them down that path?
No, if I was having a boy, I would want to. I don't. I guess if she wants to, we can. But
You're not gonna,
at this point
push.
right now, if you were to ask me, I don't want her to. I don't know. I
You're
just
not
see
gonna, like,
what
push
goes
it.
on in the moto scene, and I really want to veer around the moto scene for her. But with her her uncle Levi, she's gonna be around it, I'm sure, because he's gonna have hopefully a lengthy career, and she'll be around it. But
Yeah,
I mean-
you guys are trenched in deep in the moto industry.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, Levi Kitchen, so Levi will be her uncle. Yeah. Uncle.
Yep.
And he's been making a name for himself this year.
Yeah.
I like it because I've known the Kitchens for a while. Nicest family. Levi's got skills, but it's like no one really figured it out apparently until Loretta's.
Yeah.
And did he win every single moto?
Yeah, by a lengthy margin. But the reason why you really haven't heard of Levi is because he's never actually really took it serious. He always he likes fishing, riding scooters, BMX. You know, he never actually focused all of his time on motocross. It was always different stuff, and their family does it really good, where they spend a lot of family time with each other. They do a lot of stuff. Motocross was never really from the outside standpoint, it looked like that was never their main priority. They focused on having fun and enjoying life. And
Do you think he just went all in this year then? And like,
well,
you know,
not necessarily this year. He went to Real Deal out there with Rob Burkhart in Louisiana. And then as soon as he went there, I mean, he was on a program, and his natural talent is I mean, nobody really has the natural talent like him. And then when you put natural talent to the work ethic that he has built,
It all just kind of meshed together.
Yeah, it meshed together, and he's not burnt out. It's all pretty fresh. He's only done it for a couple of years, like full-time training on a program. So, I mean, he's hungry. That it's all fresh to him. He's not like that kid that's gonna hit the pinnacle and then already be burnt out. Him and his dad don't get along. It's a different scenario than you see of a top athlete.
Yeah, unfortunately, you see a lot of really unhealthy, especially for father-son relationships in some of the top amateurs. It's, throughout the years, I've seen some pretty rough ones where it kind of bums me out. It's like, I know you guys have figured out a program to make that person go really fast on a dirt bike, but what happens when he retires at 29, you know what I mean? The Kitchens always just seem like they're having fun. That's one thing I've liked about them is they always just seem like they're having a good time at the track. And I've always known Levi's had the skills, but man, this year he went to Loretta's. And I was cheering him on. I was cheering on most all the Northwest boys, and girls, and all right, what do we got? And then I remember that first moto, wow, Levi is literally 2+ seconds a lap in the B class, which the B classes are gnarly there, and he's just going oh, okay. And when he won by 30 seconds, I was like, that just happened. Okay. And then he just did it over and over and over. And it was cool to see him get some shine finally, because he's got the talent. And there's reporters there that I don't think we've ever really heard of Levi Kitchen.
Yeah.
But he swept everything.
Yeah.
I remember, I'm once again feeling old. I remember all these guys. I remember Levi just being little Levi. You know what sucks? I remember Landon Courier on a 50. That's when I feel old. I remember Landon Courier. I remember making graphics for Max Harris's Cobra 50. I still have it on file. I showed him a year or two ago. He came in and was talking about something. I showed him this is when I did your 50 graphics, and now you're a retired pro. I was like, oh, I'm getting a little old. Yeah, I remember. I've watched Levi for years. He's always had the talent. He's always. I don't think he ever really got the shine he deserved. But to be fair, he's never had the results that he got this year. He just kind of boom. Here we go. And how old is he now?
He's 19.
Oh, he's barely younger than you guys.
Maybe
okay.
18. No, I think he's 19.
He's almost 20.
Yeah, he's 19. But he was a late bloomer. I don't think he hit puberty until probably 17. He was a short and not necessarily chubby.
He could have stayed on Super Minis a while.
Yeah, well, he was on Super Minis a lot longer than the rest of his competition.
Yes.
But he was a late bloomer, and I really think that it worked in his advantage, though. Like I said, he's not burnt out. It's still new to him, or not new, but he's been doing this for years. But he's not now. I mean, he's only been on a strict program for a couple of years. Maybe not even a couple of years, honestly. But yeah, it's all new to him. He's still hungry, and I think he's going to do nothing but progress. I don't think that Loretta's that won't be the last. I think that this year, going into the A class, he's going to do the same thing.
I love seeing. So if you think about it, the Northwest isn't really the prime area for motocross. We don't have the best tracks. We might have the most scenic, the best ones for pictures. But if you think about it, everyone says the East Coast dirt is amazing. California is where all the talent is. Texas is picking up. We're kind of just off here doing our thing. We got a lot of fast dudes.
Yeah.
And we've cranked out a lot of fast dudes.
Yeah.
Look at Villapoto.
Yeah.
Look at Villapoto. If you think how many champions have actually come out of here, and then you go to some of these fair races or bigger, like a Thursday night motocrosses, 15K purse night, there's some boys who show up. It's kind of cool to see. We got some good riders that have come out of this area.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people from other states don't, it's we're almost glazed over a little bit. We're just known for the beautiful Washougal track that makes good photos. It's we got some boys out here though.
Yeah.
You guys have to race some.
Yeah.
And you guys got to line up against them all the time. There's some boys that can throw down. Kind of like you in best whip competitions.
Oh, God.
That was rigged.
Oh, I will never hear the end of that one. I will say, though, on camera, Spangle here can throw a nasty whip, and I thought you were going to die out at Mountain View like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I think, you almost fell. Did you crash on that one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I saw you a couple times, like, I don't know if he's going to pull it off, and then you just threw out some sick one, and rev limiter, and, like, I don't know how you're going to pull that. Like,
Yeah.
dude, that was a
hurt.
nasty whip. But I think somebody got some pictures.
Oh yeah, I got it all on video. I got a replay. I think Bobby P actually got it on video.
Bobby P got it?
Yeah. He gave me the replay video and all that.
That was crazy.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm still blown away by like when you guys are starting racing. You said what, 2015?
Yeah. Yeah.
2013, 2015? You guys have done a lot in a short amount of time. Where'd you get like this steez from, dude? Because everyone like says that you got like this, I don't know if they tell you, you got like this nice steezy style. You got this like flow, and like you just pull that out of nowhere. I mean, like
When I was in the C class, all I wanted to do was be able to throw a fat whip. And then once I learned how to throw a whip, like that's when I started to get faster, honestly. And then I just like put it together, I guess. I don't know.
yeah, I mean, your style's a lot of fun. If you were to make, okay, if we were to have like a Top Gun pro race and everyone just turned into a black and white silhouette, you would pick out, after a couple laps, you'd know who everyone has their style. You know, the bike that is always on the rev limiter and he looks like he's gonna crash 24/7, Carson Brown. You know what I mean? Like, the big guy who's smooth, Austin Politelli, you know, like everyone's kind of got their thing. And yeah, if you were to just make a silhouette of you, I would figure it out pretty quickly. Like, because you got a distinct riding style. Actually, both you guys love throwing your bike out. I've seen some nasty whips from you too. And you both like jumping. I've also remember seeing you, Riverdale, the lower track by the river, you decided to quad that? Mm-hmm. You quadded the double-double? Mm-hmm. And I went over and looked at it and like, nope. No, I'm done. Nope. And you were hitting that and like brake tapping down, and I went over, no, you guys can have that. You guys both like to throw it out there a little bit. You just like to have just have fun?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. When I started racing, actually, I was the exact opposite. I could hit corners because of my trail background, I guess. I sat down a lot. I couldn't jump. I didn't jump pro double until late 2013 at PIR. Like, I mean, just a little 30-foot double. I was terrified to jump. And then I think that I worked on jumping so much that now, like, especially the BMX background helped a lot with my timing, and just the bike control helped me a lot. I mean, that's why I think I progressed riding a dirt bike so quick, was for sure from my BMX background, because jumping something or casing something on a dirt bike is nothing like airing a 8-foot quarter pipe 6 feet in the air and landing to flat with no suspension. Like, that's not, it's, I've always landed flat. Like, it's nothing new to me. So like,
you have suspension, unlike a bike.
Yeah. So
I totally get that.
If I can send a dirt bike and go a little flat, or I can case, I think I handle it pretty well from my BMX background. That's pretty much what, I mean, and even on a BMX bike, I always like to jump. I mean, that's what I liked. And then dirt bike, the ergos are so much different than a bicycle. Like, it's totally the opposite of how you jump a BMX bike. But once I figured that out, I mean, it came pretty quick.
I don't understand why you don't race pit bikes. Like, give me one reason why you do not race pit bikes.
Because I don't have one, but when I do...
should we start GoFundMe right now? Like, what do we got to do here? Like,
no.
Okay, so anyone who's like does a ton of BMX, which I was a dirt jumper for in high school and stuff, so that crossed over. That's why I picked up pit bikes. Is, oh, cool, no suspension, no biggie. Yeah, you know. Mm-hmm. So like anyone who's done a ton of BMX, pit bikes they pick right up.
Yeah.
Why don't you do these pit bike races? There's some money too.
I mean, I should, because I do feel like I excel when I ride one, and then I ride with the like good dirt bike racers, I feel like I excel a little bit in that aspect of like, because of just the little bike, I'm used to it from the BMX background.
Yeah.
But I mean, the main
He
reason
needs
why
to race pit bikes.
Yeah, the height, he fits a pit bike better than the
Yeah,
height.
and how tall are you?
like 5'7", I'm probably shorter now from.
Perfect. Dude, you're going to destroy all these pit bike guys. I don't know about Carson.
Yeah, no,
But
that's not happening.
I don't know if you've ever ridden with Carson on a pit bike. But
I have not.
It
Oh
doesn't,
well, I raced him when I was on Super Minis at Castle Rock.
But was he on the pit bike?
He was on a pit bike,
Oh,
and
crap,
I was on
okay.
a Super Mini. I don't know if he won or what.
No,
happened.
he got hurt.
Okay.
He got hurt. Yeah, he was on that CRF prototype
Yes,
thing. He got
exactly.
Hurt. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I remember that. I'm like, oh yeah, he's out there on a pit bike. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and he's a contender.
Yeah, but that bike was like the Daytona, whatever, 190 or whatever they had, and
Well, that's
that
fine.
thing was.
I have a
but-
Daytona. I have a couple Daytonas, and I actually. Okay, so here's my mistake. I called him out to a race publicly, and he called, and then he's like, "All right, let's do it." And he made a video back, like I did something about it, and he did a video back. Coming for you, Justin. I'm watching the video. Oh, I screwed up. And we ended up going out and riding, and I had a fresh 194 valve. I had all the goodies on it. I'm like, okay, I guess we're gonna find out. 2 corners in, I'm done. Dude, he it was the upper track at Riverdale, and he hit the double section and threw a whip and looked back at me. Like, yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
So I mean, other than Carson Brown, which I don't know of anyone who really keeps up with him on a pit bike. Big bike's a whole different story, but on a pit bike, I don't understand it.
Yeah.
But dude, I think you could do just fine. Plus, they're so much fun.
I know it.
Do you ride the pit bikes? No.
I'm 6'2".
He's pretty tall.
Dude, just ride a 150.
Yeah, I can do that.
They're so much fun. To literally just leave it tapped the whole time, and you're not really going that fast,
Yeah.
and having no suspension. You got to work with that, okay? But there's something, I don't know. I'm addicted to them. They're just so much fun. I think you should do them though.
Yeah. I'm worried
You're
about
already
my
used to
ankles and feet,
riding.
though.
Both of you are used to riding off the rev limiter.
Yeah.
I've watched you guys ride.
Yeah.
Like, you'd fit right in. I'm gonna have to bring a couple extra pit bikes out to Riverdale.
Yeah.
A couple of the quicker ones with actually some goods on them, and just have fun. Like, you're gonna get addicted. Once you get hooked, it's bad.
Oh, I bet.
It's bad. It's like, okay, I need more. I have 12 right now. It becomes a problem.
I can see it.
Yeah, maybe 6'2" would be a little tough on a 50 or 110.
Yeah, it's awkward.
Have you ever done a race though?
No,
Dude, the pit bike races are so much fun because you can run your buddy over and it's no big deal.
that's true.
They don't get all like angry. You just have like a drink afterwards and high five.
Yeah.
Big bike races, it turns into a brawl and parents fighting and all that. Like, that's the cool thing about pit bikes. Off-road is kind of the same. You said that's how you got started back into it, right?
Scare scramble.
So what's a scare scramble?
I don't know. It was like a goat trail into like the motocross track, into the mud pit, back around, do like 3 laps.
And where was this at?
Airway.
Airway? Okay. Is that the last off-road race you've done?
Yeah.
Justin, have you done like any off-road races?
Yeah. Yeah, I did the, I think it was a Team Tortoise race at Riverdale back on 80s. And then I did Mountain View GP.
The one that was done, yeah.
Yeah, I did those. Honestly, I was really interested, especially after I quit racing, to try to veer into that a little bit more. I would definitely have to learn how to ride that type of stuff and learn how to ride the bike more correctly for that. But I've really thought about going and racing, and I know those guys do rip up there in like the trails. It's a whole different ball game. But I think it's a little bit more fun, not necessarily as much like I mean, it's intense, but it's not.
Well, they run it so long you can't.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's where the motocrossers all fail, including myself. I've done this. We just blow out. We go
Yeah.
too fast early. Like, especially AA, the pro guys,
Yeah.
they run 2 to 2.5 hours. that's a long race. You kind of got to settle in a
Yeah.
bit and turn it down a notch.
Yeah.
And just like, okay, here we go. But I find so the intensity on the track is slightly turned down, but the intensity in the pits is way turned down. Everybody's just like buddies.
Yeah, exactly.
There's always going to be a little drama here and there, but I find just the general, just hanging out in the pits, off-road races, relaxing and chill, having been a motocrosser my whole life. You know, and around that, just that you feel that tension.
Yeah, exactly.
Off-road guys, they don't care. I have an 8-year-old bike. I have Axo gear from 2004. Who cares? You know what I mean? It's just a little different. They don't really care. And, oh man, it's almost fun to get a really bad start because there's so many people. When they line up 300 people for a moto, like it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because at no point are you alone.
Yeah.
There's people ahead, behind, off in the bushes, upside down in the river. Like they're everywhere. Like I think they're a lot of fun. And Team Tortoise does a really good job.
Yeah, they do.
And they get 500 to 700 rider turnouts for some of those things. So it's so much fun. What is it? The hangover scrambles? Have you done that?
Well, I did that 1 year, and I went through the first turn. I broke my clutch lever. I got up. I started it. I threw it into like second gear. Almost looped it. Spun. It was muddy. Go into the right hander. So I did a left, broke my clutch. Hit a right, broke my front brake lever. And then I pulled out. So I made it 2 corners. And that was on an 85 though.
I gotta ask because I gotta figure this out. I need to talk to Levi's dad. I'm 70% sure it was him. I went over the bars and into a mud hole and I got stuck, and some guy covered in mud, but on a 2-stroke YZ125 blasted past me and was laughing and yelled something in my name, and I'm covered in mud, I'm stuck in a puddle. I think it was him. I gotta ask him next time I run into him. Like I've always wondered 2 years ago, was that you? Because I think he purposely roosted me too. The hangover scrambles is just nasty because Washougal should not be ridden on January 1st at all, ever. But they do it, and they get like 800,000 entries. Like if you want, have you ever seen pictures or anything from that?
No.
Like it's one of the dumbest, funnest things to do. They call it the hangover scrambles because it's January 1st. Everyone's hungover, and they line up hundreds of bikes all out in the field in the snow, and go. And you run out up the hills, down to the track, trying to go up Horsepower Hill when it has 2-foot deep ruts in the mud.
Sketchy.
I did it on a KLX 110 actually.
Really?
Right before I blew it up, but yeah. It's one of the gnarlier races I've done. It's just pure chaos. It's just bikes everywhere, smoking, blown up. It's just chaos, and it's so muddy. You can never see anything. It's just greasy. You get into the trees, and it's all slippery roots, and it's fun 2 weeks later looking back at it. It's not fun in the moment.
Oh yeah.
It's one of the.
My bike would be roached.
You know, you can't take a motorbike. You take something that you don't really care about. Like find a buddy with an XR200 or something.
Rent it.
Yeah. Just like, here, I'll give you $200. Let me just borrow this, and then you go. I think you need to try another one. They're fun.
I'd be down.
You can't really, there's no jumps, but they're fun. Especially when they throw in the endurocross stuff where you have to go through like firewood and over tires and logs.
Then I'd definitely be hitting a tree.
Yeah, so you've hit a tree. Yeah. You're the only one here who hasn't hit a tree.
Not that I know of.
I feel like if you did another off-road race, that could change. So 2020, we all know it's been a little dumb. I'm assuming we haven't done a ton of racing. I mean, maybe you guys have, but a lot of stuff has been shut down. If we start opening back up, you guys got any plans for next year? Anything like fun you want to do? Races?
I want to do mini-O's, but my plan's to hit all the West Coast nationals.
So you got your AMA card?
Yeah.
What? We're gonna come right back to this. How did you go about getting yours? I'm curious.
Loretta's.
Oh, okay, Loretta's. So you went what, 19?
18.
Was it 18?
Yep.
Okay. And so that's how you got your card. And so so what do we have on the West Coast? Well, we don't know with the whole COVID situation. Because did you see there's no West Coast Supercross?
Yeah, I saw that.
Like, it's gone. So I guess we'll see. But so you want to do those in minios?
Yep.
I know Justin's starting a family.
Yeah.
Are you going to do much racing next year? What do you feel?
I mean, I would love to.
You're going to be the businessman, family man? Are you going to do a few races?
Probably the businessman, family man. I honestly, I haven't really raced since I technically quit in about, as soon as I turned 18. That was about 2017. I've done I actually haven't really, I've done like one pro race where I've actually went off the line or I've done a couple, I guess. I've went off the line and actually like fully raced. I don't hate losing, but I do. And it just, with working full time and doing the whole business deal, I literally have 0 hours out of a day to be able to focus any time on riding a dirt bike, let alone racing one. So it's really tough for me to go out there and just race. Like, everybody wants me to race, like, go out and race, like, but it's pretty hard to just get up off the couch during a whole work week and just go out there and race, for me anyway. But I did try to make a push at it a couple months ago, and then I realized how much money and time that it really costs to train and get back into it. So as of right now, I don't have no plans to really go and race competitively. Like, I don't really enjoy that because...
That's because you're not racing pit bikes.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you guys, start a GoFundMe right now. We're going to get you on a Piranha 190. We'll get you a Piranha 190, like $34.95. We can raise this. We're going to get you a 21 horsepower pit bike. I'm telling you, you're going to have a lot of fun. You might crash a lot the first day, but you know, the fast ones put you on your face quickly. But I'm telling you that you're going to have fun on them.
Yeah. No, I'm
going to convince you. I'm going to work on this.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to work on it all night.
Okay.
I'm going to convince them.
Okay.
But back to what you were saying, though. Probably at least with everything going on, just try to focus on more of the adult side of stuff next year.
Yeah. We got a house that we're supposed to be moving into early next year or maybe mid next year. I got a lot on my plate right now, and the least of my worries or plans is to go race a dirt bike. So at this moment, I don't really plan on doing any racing. I have a dirt bike, but I'm trying to sell it and get really focus on the business and working on, real life stuff before I focus on going racing a motorcycle. So.
Okay, well, all right. I mean, that's definitely a smart decision. It's not always the most fun, but a smart decision. Spangle here, though, he's ready to throw down some West Coast rounds for nationals and mini. I've never been to Mini-O's either. Mammoth is on my bucket list. Have you been to Mammoth?
That track
Don't
scares
recommend it.
me watching people ride there.
I'm not saying I'm going to have fun. I just want to say I did it.
Yeah.
I've been there multiple times, and I can tell you it's like everybody likes it. I guess if you're a racer, it's all right, but I only did it as a mechanic, and it was hell week. You got to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and get in line. You can't camp there.
Yep.
So you're in town, but the town's only a couple miles away. I mean, it's right there. But yeah, and you can't breathe. It's so high up in the air that, I mean, we get fresh air. There's no.
I don't want to do it though. It's like I've heard all the stories, I've seen the videos, and heard about the craziness. And the getting up, the sitting in line forever, all that. I don't know. Like that honestly intrigues me more than Loretta's.
Yeah.
Loretta's, I'm not excited about the muggy, nasty, like. There's something about Mammoth. Oh yeah, and less of a drive. For us, less of a drive.
Yeah.
That's on my bucket list. Did you race Mammoth?
No.
Never? Not on your to-do?
No.
Not really?
Yeah, that's a tree I wouldn't want to hit.
Yeah.
There's a few.
Yeah.
So not on the list at all.
No.
What about Canadian nationals? Like,
I've been trying to talk to a few people up there to work something out. But
those guys look like they have more fun than us.
Oh yeah.
The Canadian national, just the announcers.
Yeah.
Listen, like if you just put it in the background, like they have way more fun than us. I don't think the payouts are really on par to what we have. Well, I don't know. I think it's probably not the same payouts on top, but mid to lower is still okay from what I saw. Like, I mean, for a privateer, it's not bad.
Yeah.
For someone with a non-factory type bike and everything, like it seems decent.
Yeah, we did the. I was working with Devin Harriman, or I went up there as a mechanic for. I mean, a couple months. I guess we only went a couple times. For the Canadian Arena Cross. And
you did the Arena Cross.
Yeah.
The what's the organization?
we did the Future West.
Yeah, the Future West.
Future West, yeah. And the turnout for spectator-wise is way bigger than we get here, spectator-wise. The rider
Aren't the track's a little small though. Or I saw. There was one where it almost looked like it was two arenas. They cut through.
It's two bays, one arena, two bays. There's two sections of open bay that they transfer
They
from
have
one
to go
the
in.
other.
Yeah, I was like, that's trippy.
Yeah, but it's like, pretty much if you're to go in there, it's like, it was in Chilliwack, and that track was like, it was all, like if you're to drive in, you think it's almost like a Clark County or like a Salem, like kind of a barn,
Local
type deal.
Local Arena Cross feel, right?
But then like you see the turnout is actually good. They have heat races with, full 2 heats for pros. To win there though, it's not much money, but
Well, they have a much shorter Arena Cross series than us too. It's pretty short.
yeah.
But that looks fun too. I almost, what was it? 17 or 18. I almost put together like a crew, and we're going to try to do the whole series because
Yeah.
it goes pretty quick.
Yeah.
Looked like fun, and we're in Washington. It's just right up there. It's
Yeah.
not the far. And the Canadian Arena Cross all stays on the west side.
Yeah.
They didn't ever go over to the east side of Canada.
I think the Rockstar Triple Crown Series, though, they do the Supercross portion, Arena Cross portion, and the Motocross portion, right?
That's a little more of a commitment.
Yeah, but they go. That's the bigger stage for the Canadian Arena Cross is one of those, and I don't know about the turnout there, but the Future West stuff that I've been at, they have a really good turnout, but like I said, the pro payout it isn't much to where you would see a bunch of fast guys show up. It's mainly the
It's smaller scale.
Yeah.
But it's still something. If you plan it and want to go try some, and like a local boy here could do decent.
Yeah.
I saw Carson Brown did just fine.
Yeah, well, he does fine anywhere he goes, but
To be fair, yes. But,
also what I like about that series is that they do it a lot better than we do it, I feel. They make a Arena Cross track for the pros pretty much, with rhythm sections and a whoop section. I mean, not crazy, but a lot more technical than if you were to go to a Salem or a Clark County, right? And they have the amateurs ride the same track midday.
Yes. Yeah, it was really interesting, their track design too. You could definitely tell it's different than our Arena Crosses. There's I saw multiple times they did that 3-tier thing where there's like a smaller bump, a tall one, you have to kind of wheel tap over, It was interesting. It's like they built them a little different. It was cool to watch some videos and just pick up on the kind of the few things they do differently.
Yeah, I think that our Arena Crosses should actually look at what they do and kind of mimic that track-wise.
And we need to use their announcers because we need new announcers.
Yeah.
It's like I'm ready to. I watched the some of the Triple Crown guys. Who do they have? I forget who's in the booth there, but dude, they're looking like they're having a good time the whole time. Like they don't have this long list of things you cannot say or all like. They're just whatever. They're winging it and they're having a good time. I swear the Canadians have more fun than us.
Yeah.
Racing.
Well, they do. And there was the best part about that series was that they actually had a bar up there. They had a bar up top in the facility, and you could drink at 19. So that was pretty cool.
See, they have way more fun than us.
No, and their bar is like.
I'm thinking legacy, Arena Cross team. What do you think, Braden?
I'm down.
Yeah.
Let's roll.
If we're allowed in there right now.
Well, yeah,
with
we gotta
COVID.
wait till we're actually allowed to do anything. But, you know, I'm trying to think positive here.
Yeah.
Which, back to Legacy for a minute, you brought in some new gear.
Yeah.
We haven't even really talked about the new stuff here, and that's totally in the background. For people watching the video, we got some gear hanging on the wall.
Yeah, that's 2 of the 6 that I'll be coming out with. That's the 21 stuff. I got a new logo. It's a little bit different on the chassis, but not much. I aimed for more of a winter line on this one, not as much vented paneling on it. A little bit less breathable, just to kind of keep us a little bit warmer. I had a few not complaints, but it's
People
a Pacific Northwest brand that is all about, you know, ventilation. In the summer, it's nice, but when we go into winter, it
We
can
have
get
cold races too.
yeah. So it can get a little much. I try to keep the athletic fit still there. All the same.
Yeah, that's what I was going to go into. Is like, so when you make the fit and the cut for your gear, do you have one line as far as like for your 2021, for example, you're coming out? Do you have different cuts, or do you just have one cut, different colors?
I changed the cuts pretty much every line so far.
Okay. But you don't have like different like levels, or is it all one?
No, it's been different.
For
every time
example,
so far.
okay. And you say you might have more of the like athletic, so probably like a little tighter.
More of it's a spandex blend polyester, so it's a lot. It's pretty much a lightweight, but the stuff still lasts. It's not like to where you buy the gear and it'll rip in one ride. Like
oh sure. Well, the thing with gear is you'll never get everyone to agree.
Exactly.
Everyone has their own opinion. Personally, I like more of the tighter fitting but stretch panel stuff.
Yeah.
Like I used to when I was running Fly, I had the hydrogen stuff. You know, where I had a lot of, you know, it was tighter, but it stretched well. I will honestly give up a little bit of quote unquote, I even hate saying it, safety for just something that's not going to restrict me. It's like I don't like stuff on my gloves, like the padding, and it's personal preference. Everyone has their own opinion. Just me personally, I like stuff I can move in. And then other people still want the old school cotton gloves with the big plastic on top. I literally talked to someone 2 days ago who was telling me I miss those. Okay, find some 96 Fox gear. I don't know. But
I've tried to innovate a couple things. I got the it's impact foam on the whole knee panel that you can see underneath that logo right there. That whole panel, that's all 1/4-inch impact foam. So like for the guys there are some guys, believe it or not, that still don't wear knee pads.
you got a little something.
I got a little something there, something to kind of take the absorption away if you were to crash, hit your knees. But yeah, the whole chassis of it is pretty much built off of more of
athletic okay.
racer feel. I built the gear pretty much off of my personal preference. But going into summer, I'm hoping to expand the company into a little bit more of just that. I wanted to be able to do a line of more of a athletic feel like that, and then be able to do something that'll last. I mean,
a little more maybe towards the off-road guy.
Yeah, not last, but
because if you notice, off-road dudes, some of the off-road gear is like canvas, like
exactly
heavy, but you know they're going through a lot of junk rocks and stuff, and they still rock baggies. There's still guys rocking baggies. You go off-road. I did a trail ride. I'm like, oh, I ran like 3 different dudes in baggies. Like, oh, it's still a thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, because that's what's comfortable to them, and they can purchase one set a year and then ride with it.
Pants probably weigh 15 pounds.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Yeah. But at the same time, when you're just trail riding and you're always clipping trees and falling on rocks and stuff, it doesn't tear.
Do you have anything specific to women, or is it kind of a unisex?
It is a unisex, but it does fit women very good because of the athletic feel. I have been working on. I'm about to have samples actually for a more of a female line or actual specific female gear. That should be done within a couple months, not the bulk order, but samples, so I can start sampling on that.
Fair enough. Okay.
Pretty much looking in the future, I would love to have a female line. Couple colorways specific for female. Built the chassis off of a female body compared to the, like what that's built for, mainly the physique of me or Braden. Well, it does fit.
I don't know if you guys got the same physique. I mean,
Well, I guess not a big old dude.
Come on, no.
Yeah, I guess we wear the same size of gear. So,
Close.
and he's 6-something, and I'm mid-5s.
I can't see you guys wearing the same gear. We're okay.
We do. He actually, when he first got on, I believe 90% of his sets were my sample sets that I tested for myself. We both wear 30s and
Jerseys were a little small. But
I wear a
What size
medium.
of jersey do you wear?
He wears large.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it has to be at least large.
But with like that stuff, you can rock a medium or a large. Like
Yeah,
just
it's all
'cause
personal
a stretch
preference.
fit.
Do you run jersey kind of traditional length, or do you run them a little long? Or I've noticed
Those ones I would say are a little long, if anything.
I'm almost more down for that. I've noticed a lot of different brands have drastically different lengths in jerseys.
Yeah.
I find Fly is really short. Actually, Fox was really short. I was kind of surprised, and then O'Neill was long, and it's like everything around the shoulders. I would say was very similar, but the lengths drastically different.
Yeah, but that's where you kind of, when you start a gear company, you pretty much have to build your market for one set. One.
Yeah, it's tough because everyone has their
Yeah.
own preference.
Like he has super long arms compared to where we probably have the same. We're the same thickness, but he's a lot longer than me. So it's really hard to be able to build gear that fits me and to be able to fit him. So you pretty much have to like eyeball the market of what you want and then go with that. And I was pretty much dead set on more of the racer physique than I was, let's say, the 40-year-old
The
man.
vet rider.
Yeah.
But it still does fit. We usually just size up, and I haven't had many issues. Like I have a lot of guys that, older guys, big dudes that like my gear. But a lot of them do like the more of the baggier over the pant or over the boot type of.
There's a lot
fit.
of different cuts and a lot of different personal preferences. You cannot build one line of gear for everyone.
Yeah.
Braden, have you gotten to get in the inner circle and test out gear before it's released yet? Is that just Justin?
He has. He just
No,
don't know.
besides Legacy or just Legacy?
No, yeah, no, I'm talking Legacy.
Yeah, no, for him. Yeah.
He's pretty much tested every
I'm not
set
going
of gear.
to throw
I've
out
had.
any of those other names I've seen you ride on practice
Yeah.
days. No,
Oh, yeah. I see how it is.
no, but have you got to like try out some of the stuff before it's been released?
Oh, yeah, all of it.
All of it?
Yeah, he's hooked me up with a lot of one-off stuff.
I'm sure that would be handy to have different people, different riding styles, different, and like just go thrash. Like,
Yeah. I got a couple good dudes with that. I got Devin Harriman, that he's pretty much the hardest guy on gear that you will
I think
find.
he's the hardest on everything. He's the only guy I've seen take out a trailer
Yeah.
with his body and then walk away.
Yeah. So I got him on the durability testing, and then I got him on the fitment, because they're totally different bodies, but they wear pretty much the same size as well. So I mean that just
Devin's fairly tall, isn't he?
yeah.
Yeah,
But he's a lot bigger
He's a
than
big boy.
But yeah, he's kind of a yeah. Trust me, I tried to take him out one time. It didn't go well.
Yeah, no,
No.
he's pretty thick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He I don't get what he's made out of. I would love to do a lab test on that guy. Like, I watched him bail off a triple at Arena Cross, land on his feet, roll.
Tacoma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tacoma.
Yeah.
And just walk away. Like, how? I'd have 2 busted ankles. I'd be screaming, and like he just walked off, and he just calmly walked off out of the arena. Like, I don't get what you're made out of. And I remember when he cleaned out that trailer with his body at Woodland and walked off, and I don't get what he's made out of. I'm curious, you know? That guy, yeah, it's not human. So you got some boys, and then you guys can all thrash test all different kinds of styles, different fits, and you try to take all that into account before you actually release the stuff. So you got your 2021 stuff. We got a couple colors here. You're gonna have how many total?
There'll be 6 total.
Which one are you going with?
I'm taking the fade.
You're gonna take Braden's going for the white fade.
Yep.
You are kind of I could see you as a white gear guy.
Yeah. And then I think, what I choose? Black and red? Not to release all the colors.
I think so. No, I think, yeah.
So is
Black,
this
red.
literally the first public release of these colors back here?
Yeah, nobody's ever seen these ones.
Moto Monday, we get a
Yep.
sneak peek at a couple colors.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is fun having guys in the Pacific Northwest cranking out gear. This is your guys' day. I won't call it any other companies, but it's cool to see stuff actually like coming out of here. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I run Viral Goggles. It's cool to say like it's a Pacific Northwest brand.
Yeah.
You know? I like seeing dudes actually getting stuff going and like, yeah, that's our area, that's our thing. It's not all just SoCal.
Yeah. It's good, and there's its downfalls for all of us. I mean, we got a flooded market right now because of there's a lot of ways to get crappy gear. I mean, there's a lot of ways to get. If you have the money, you can just go buy template gear. Anybody could buy gear, you know.
Goes for every industry,
if
man.
they
Goes
don't-
for graphics too.
Yeah, and if they don't, I mean, it's frustrating to see companies go out there and like, you know, have big pockets and don't know nothing about the gear, and they just go and, you know, they produce it at bulk, and they can pretty much, I mean, take over because of what the opportunity that they have.
Yeah. Well, I feel like you could run into that in pretty much every
Yeah.
part of, you know, or any industry, you know what I mean? Like I was saying, graphics. I've seen guys jump in that have the money to get the graphic, you know, all the nice equipment, but you know, time sorts everything out.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I'm just saying I'm stoked to see stuff actually happening and coming from the Northwest and having actual writers create stuff
Yeah.
in the Northwest. And it's not, because it used to be, it's everything SoCal. Every single gear company had their headquarters in SoCal. Almost every graphics company was SoCal. You know, every goggles, it just was that. And nothing against SoCal, but I'm in the Pacific Northwest. I like seeing Pacific Northwest boys like do stuff.
Yeah,
so.
it's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all down for seeing the PNW actually do some cool stuff. So we're gonna have to get out of here in just a minute. We still got an after show. We'll keep talking about some of the fun stuff. Appreciate you guys coming on though. And we got a sneak peek at some of the new Legacy gear. And we got the 113 machine in here. Still impressed you made that drive from Spokane. I hate that drive, man.
Dedicated.
Dedicated. You did get a little riding in though, right?
Oh yeah, we put in some motos.
Did you ride with them?
Yep.
Riverdale?
Yep.
It was solid?
It was dope.
Yeah. It was something like, I've never seen Riverdale like that. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Now you're making me want to go ride too. I've not ridden my bike in a long time, but good job cleaning your bike before the show too. Unlike Kahlberg calling me out. But any final words, guys, before we get out of here? Anything we missed?
Shout out to all the sponsors. Help me out.
Sponsor plug. Braden, you first.
We got Legacy Racewear, Viral Brand Goggles, Mountain Moto Co. hooking me up with the jersey prints. Thanks to Justin Wharton for having us on the show. I mean, All Star Plumbing, everyone out there hooking me up.
What do you got, Justin?
I'd like to thank you for bringing me on the show. I got,
Don't forget your wife. Pro tip.
Yep. Renee. No, just everybody supporting my brand. I got Dirt Bandit, Viral Goggles, motorsport.com, Power Motorsports. That's pretty much it.
Right on. Well, thank you guys for coming on. And I'll end this with saying, if you guys want to know more about pit bikes, I'm trying to do better about not talking about them all the time. I'll do all of it on my Mini Gladiators Facebook group, page, all that kind of stuff. Check out minigladiators.com for anything pit bike in the Pacific Northwest. I'm trying to work on my addiction. It's a problem, but we'll go over there, and that's where the fun happens. So thank you guys. We're going to get out of here for Moto Monday 130. It's been fun. Thank you guys for coming on.
Thank
and
you.
We're going to be back on the after show and have some more fun.
Yes, sir.
All right. No hot sauce though.
No hot sauce.
My brother's gonna be pissed I didn't shout him out.